welcome Mr. Narendra to this episode. Let me start over, sir, with a very first question which traces back to almost 3 decades ago. You have been a part of 3 distinct banking cultures in the public sector over all these years. So looking back, how has been the journey through them and what were your learnings out of it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed all the 3 banks what called exposure, and it has been a very challenging, at the same time very much satisfying, and it has resulted in quite a lot of contribution to the respective banks. Particularly, I was very much impressed with the love and affection we have received from all the staff of the respective banks, and also I have been fortunate to introduce a lot of innovativeness and creativeness, and see that some of the initiatives have been institutionalized for the betterment of the growth of the bank for time to come. I am sure that this type of growth process in anybody's career, particularly in my career, was fortunate definitely through the God's blessings and on our own efforts. I've been able to really get a good experience.
If you look at all these right from your beginning till your current position, we would be sure to say that under your leadership, the bank, especially the IOB, has achieved tremendous growth. Now, what is that one uppermost personal trait in you that takes you to this achievement, braving all challenges? What is that one thing which transforms you from manager to a leader of a lot of people?
Yeah. This is always, we need to be very much positive and very much vibrant, enthusiastic and momentum based. So that was the one thing. Second, we must always try to take entire our colleagues along with us when we become the leader. So in IOB particularly what you mentioned, we first mentioned we are employee first. Along with the employees, we want to reach to the customers. So that has resulted in this type of transformation in the bank.
In all your achievements, you just mentioned that it's very important to take people along with you. It is obvious that people around you have contributed a lot to your career and your years over the years to you and your goal as a banker. So how did you motivate them to come along with you?
Yeah. See, first of all, one example I'll give you. When I joined IOB, in my first communication, I said I love you all, and I have a strong desire to reach out to you and make you to get recognized and perform. So once you show a sincere desire that you have a definitely plan of action to reach out to all your stakeholders, and particularly coming to the staff, and you will demonstrate it and you facilitate it and you provide moral as well as other decision support, then naturally everybody gets engaged. In terms of that, like in our bank, IOB, last 2 years we were able to give per year 1,600 promotions, which were not hitherto earlier. That was very, very rarely coming up that number. Quite a lot. I can get you one particular officer who joined. Within 3 years we came at the age of 22 scale 2. So in terms of that, if we are having communication with our staff, we put forward our goals and objectives very transparently and we seek their engagement. Third, there is a continuous monitoring and one type of, every month I do the video conferencing. So in terms of that, you need one important thing, you need to be connected. You must demonstrate that the connectivity what you establish with your staff and the colleagues who directly and indirectly and mostly directly contribute to this, you must take care of them and the appropriateness time when the opportunity comes. And at the same time, suppose in this promotion or other things, a few people don't succeed, and we have a system, those who are not succeeding also I am sending a letter, so that I give them a feeling that really I was wanting, but the number being that. So this has also been highly appreciated. It's not only here, even in the last 2 banks. So those who are promoted or not promoted, I used to send a letter. I think one type of consistently we show interest amongst our colleagues, show them that and also support them naturally the performance will come.
Apart from the internal communication which is done from you to your employees, I think you must also be valuing the external communication, because I can see that you coined the tagline for IOB, that is touching hearts and spreading smiles.
Yeah.
Now, what inspired you to coin this particular tagline?
Suppose IOB last 75 years, it has reached out to millions and millions of customers, particularly in the agriculturist, SME customers, micro and small, and common man in terms of consumer lending, or in terms of, there has been quite a lot of focus on these common man customers. And customers also have been there with the bank for so many years, and there is a type of, people have also felt that IOB has been very fortunate for them to have a connection, and they have prospered. So when we were doing on the Platinum Jubilee, when so many agencies gave so many suggestions, but from my heart I came this particular tagline, that our endeavor on this occasion and for the bank is we should first touch our hearts, and we should energize ourselves. And with that, as being IOB is a customer-centric bank, we must touch the hearts of our customers and spread smiles. So we are really practicing it. There are success stories to that. So that tribe has to increase. And rightly, as you said, without the customer and their delightfulness and their satisfaction, our success is of no meaning. We are currently having one campaign from this 1st of January to 31st March. This is a festival of touching the heart, spreading smiles. That is again to galvanize the entire staff and energize them to reach out to the customers. So my another slogan was energy, energize, execute and excel. So I think this slogan goes along with that in terms of reaching out to our customers.
Coming to women, after that, you have been, along with this touching heart, spreading smile, I can see that you have been encouraging women empowerment in your bank as well. So now, generally speaking, I mean, I'll be curious to know what you think about this, myself being a woman. How do you think young women can contribute to their profession, their careers, in addition to their family responsibilities, especially in a setting like India?
See, I feel that women are the most trusted and dedicated and contributing to the organization. They have all the right and they have all the abilities to show their power of their enterprise. So in terms of that, generally there is the majority being sometimes, or whatever may be the reason, sometimes they don't get the opportunity. Whereas it should not be that. An organization which believes in the potential of everybody should always give more opportunity, particularly the women. So in terms of that IOB, what we did is empowerment of women. We selected around 64 lady officers who have not been the first line. We got them trained by NIBM, that is the National Institute of Bank Management, and ranked them in terms of their competence. And today, all the 64 people in the different locations, they have become very successful branch managers. Now, they have also definitely given feedback that this exercise has been very successful. Now, this has enabled some of the other lady staff members, once they have completed their, whatever you mentioned, certain responsibilities, they are now at the position to take higher responsibility and they want to come forward. So we are likely to repeat this through NIBM. And moreover, in our bank itself today, we have more than 3 general managers who are women doing extraordinarily well, and my HR function itself, I have given to a general manager who is a lady, and my technology is again a general manager who is a lady. So I feel this differentiation should not be there. There should be definitely a special endeavor to identify such women capable and give them the response.
So coming to the banking industry that is undergoing huge transition currently, in the sudden reduction in average age of the employees. Yes. So lot of your employees nowadays are considerably younger than what they used to be, say 50 years ago or 30 years ago. So how do you feel that the banking system is going to face this challenge, or it should face this challenge?
One is like banks, we have to have continuous recruitment exercise. And we may have to have a little higher level of officers, clerk and specialized officers we have to do. Second, in our bank also, there should be regular feature. We should give them the induction course, then the advanced course. Third is, we are also looking at the mentor and the new officer, so that there should be a mentor who should take personal interest in them. And most of us, when we go to any respective region, we will have a separate interaction with these youngsters. Third is recently we are likely to identify 300 such officers who have a capability to within another year to take up the brand manager. So we are giving them at all various places training to them how the first line managers can become. So in terms of that, we have, as you said, there is a very sense of urgency to prepare the organization in terms of the capabilities, particularly as you rightly said, seniors are retiring. So we need to bring down more in recruitment, more need-based training. Third, exposing them to very specialized branches and rural branches, SME branches. And the fourth is keeping a track of their progress and strengthening them. This exercise becomes more and more, and it is a very challenging, but we are prepared for that.
Sir, before we part, one last question I would like to ask you is, you have been in this field for a long time now. It's more than 3 decades. You must have seen a lot of young professionals maturing over the years. And you must have also seen a lot of things changing over the years. So, talking about the current generation of professionals, new professionals, I would say, what is the strength of this new generation professionals? How can they utilize this strength for their future or, for greater future, that is of nation building? What would you say about that?
Actually, the new generation of professionals, the new generation of entrepreneurs, all of them have much highly energized and highly enterprising and lot of new ideas, lot of adoption technology, and their capabilities and their inherent strength is much larger than what the hitherto from the older generation. So only thing is, there is a need for certain good counseling and as well as some advice and encouragement and little more recognition in terms of their productive utilization of their energy. Second is constantly giving them the necessary recognition at the appropriate time so that they don't get static at the particular level. And the third is in terms of that also, that there is also need for little more patient and more on quality rather than pursuing wealth. Wherever I go, one word of things I'm telling all of them, that don't think that your every seed of efforts should be such that you should not expect that one single day itself I will become a great person. Second is, the pursuance of wealth should not be the sole criteria. We have to also take the people who are not so much fortunate or who are less privileged. So there must be some effort to reach out to them, not merely financially, but at least by indirect help. So that I think the young generation is currently, I see some of the social causes, they are taking very serious interest. That shows they are a much better lot, even in terms of the corporate social responsibility and making our India a truly democratic society.
Thanks for talking to us, sir. It has been lovely to hear your views, not just about banking sector per se, but also about communication, leadership, professionals in general.
Thank you.